Hello and welcome to one more English science lesson, okay? As always, thank you very much for being here and we are gonna move on our science class and today we are on section 5, okay? Which is rocks, right? Em português, né, a gente chama isso de pedras, né? Rochas. Para aqueles que moram aqui no Japão, a gente chama isso de ishi, né? É alguma coisa assim. Não sei se a pronúncia está ok, mas vamos lá. Bom, como o tópico hoje é rocks, ok, então a gente vai entender um pouquinho mais, né, sobre como, para que não para que serve, porque seria uma pergunta estranha. Para que serve pedras, né? Óbvio que ela tem um uso, mas qual que é o sentido para nós, né? O que a gente precisa entender sobre as pedras, sobre os rocks? Então, of course, follow me, preste atenção na aula de hoje, que é muito interessante. Vamos lá. Let it go. So, we begin here on this rocks, section 5. So, as I always do, I'm gonna begin the reading, right? So I'm gonna use here, today I'm gonna use purple. So this is the title, rocks, and then we have this first part. So, rocks are all around us, underground, on beaches, in gardens, buildings, walls, quarries, cemeteries. You can use them for all sorts of things. They're dead, useful, and have been for yonks. Again, and have been for yonks. So, okay. And I believe that most of the words here, maybe you have an idea what is the meaning of that. But we have like yonks, we have this word here, and we have queries. Okay, these two words, I believe that maybe you don't know. Talvez você não, né, ainda não tenha visto, não entenda o significado dessas palavras, so I'm gonna explain you that right now. Okay, so let's go. Number one, let's begin with the word queries. Okay, so when we talk about queries, is a place where, imagine a ground where people start digging. Digging is like when we make a hole in the ground. Nós furamos buraco, né? E a gente vai furando, às vezes nós estamos procurando, não sei, talvez carvão, algum tipo de mineral, ok? E vira aquele buraco gigante, né? No Brasil, normalmente a gente chama isso de pedreiras. O que são pedreiras? É aquelas, né, que parecem um canyon, aquele buraco gigante que foi aberto porque alguém estava procurando algum tipo de mineral, algum tipo de pedra preciosa, né, ou algo do tipo, ali naquela área. Então, as pedras, né, aquele buraco ali com algumas pedras expostas, né? Então, aqui onde ele fala onde nós podemos encontrar rocks, né, in quarries, of course, né, porque em pedreiras tem pedras, claro, tudo bem? Essa é quarries. Number two, yonks. Yonks é um slang, né? É um tipo de dialeto, é uma gíria que a gente usa em inglês, ok? Igual tá escrito, né? They are dead, useful and have been for yonks. Ou seja, né? Ele fez uma pegadinha aqui, né? Então, as pedras são coisas úteis, são useful, ok? Of course, são materiais mortos, né? Não há vida numa pedra, ok? E have been for yonks, ou seja, tem sido assim por muito, muito tempo. Né? A brincadeira que ele fez aqui quer dizer que it has been like that for always, yeah? Forever, para sempre. Sempre foi assim, né? Esse é o point, tá bom? Então, yonks é uma gíria, é um dialeto para quando você quer dizer que algo tem durado por muito tempo, é daquela maneira por muito tempo. E a palavra quarries significa pedreira, né? Aquele local onde a gente cava um buraco, fica aquele espaço grande com pedras expostas ali. Alright? So, that is the thing. These are the words that I'm gonna teach in this lesson. Okay, so let's get back here. Okay, as far as we know, right? Let's go on down here. And not all rocks are the same. I mean, absolutely, right? I mean, we know that they are different. We know that. And number one, so let's analyze here. Let's see. So number one, some rocks are harder. You know the word hard? So harder is when we say that something is more, okay? So let me use, what color are you gonna use? Let me use like a green, okay? So when we say something is harder, for easy understanding, okay? Apenas para facilitar a compreensão, is more hard than something, okay? it is more hard than something, okay? So harder means is more hard, okay? For example, imagine, okay, so I'm gonna show you like this, okay? Imagine I have a pen like that, it's plastic, okay? And then I have like a cup like that, okay? It is a different material. If I punch, it's gonna break. But if I punch it, it's harder, you know? Probably my hand will break, right? So this is harder, is when something is more hard than another material. This is harder, all right? So let it go. And then we have two descriptions here. Number one, harder rocks are difficult to scratch or to break up into bits, for sure. And number two, if you polish harder rocks like flint, marble, and granite, they go smooth and shiny. This is a very good one. Remember that flint, marble, and this one here, okay? Give me a second. I'm gonna put here the pronunciation for that, okay? So maybe we can have a better understanding about that. Let me write let's see. Listen to that pronunciation. Granite, okay? So flint, marble, and granite. Of course, they are names. They are rock names. They are stone names, okay? Different names for that, all right? So if we polish that, okay, we have this word polish. If we do this, they're gonna go smooth and shiny. They're gonna be shining. They're gonna be smooth. So my question is, if I polish like a marble, for example, like a rock, what does that mean? O que isso significa quando você polish tipo de pedra, algum tipo de pedra? Do you know what is the word polish? No? So homework for you. Search for me, what is the meaning of the word polish? What is the meaning of that? And of course, flint, marble, and granite, okay, they are names of stones. So check it out that for me too, okay? And of course, they go smooth and shiny. I'm gonna give you a help for you now. Shiny é quando ela fica brilhante, brilhante. Smooth, ela fica bem lisinha, né? Bem, like, fácil de você passar. Lógico, não tem como ficar macia, né? Smooth não é macia porque é uma pedra, não fica macia. Mas ela fica bem, né? Lisa, assim, quando você faz o polish. Alright? So let's continue here. Moving on, we have this picture here, okay? And there is this man, okay? And he has this kind of stone here, as you can see. And as we can see, this is a flint spearhead. Flint is the name of a stone. Spearhead probably is the name given to this kind of stone, okay? I believe that it was used as maybe as a kind of a gun, yeah, like something to protect. Marble pillars, okay, we have this one here. This is a marble, yeah. If we go after the Greek history, yeah, so I think it's easy to find something about that, yeah, about pillar, okay, pronunciation pillar, yeah. And granite blocks, yeah, that it was used to build the roof here, right, as we can see, okay. So this is some of the uses of this kind of stones, yeah, as we can see here. And then let's get down, okay. So number two, we have here this one, so follow me. Some rocks are softer, okay, I mean comparing to rock, okay, comparing to the kind of rock, so it's softer. Isso significa que é macio? Não, mas ela é um pouco mais, né, um pouco menos, né, densa, né, um pouco mais, né, mais macia, entre aspas, né, do que os outros tipos de pedra. Ok, óbvio, todas as pedras são duras, né, então, mas aqui ele dá esse dia, some rocks are softer, um pouco, né, menos aquela coisa dura ali, né. Let's see. Number one, you can easily scratch or crumble chalk and other softer rocks. Chalk and limestone are examples of soft rocks, okay? So let's go now. Let's understand what is that, okay? Let's get with me. Okay, so let's begin with chalk, okay? So when we think about chalk, that name, we give that name for that. Do you know that thing that we use to write on a board, on a blackboard, for example, that we used to have in old schools? Nowadays we have like some different things, yeah, but in the past we have something that we call chalk, like that we use it to write on blackboards. What is that, teacher? A gente usava alguma coisa para escrever nas louças, né? A gente dá o nome de blackboard, mas as louças eram verdes, na verdade, verde escura, né? Aquilo lá, né, aquele material, ele vem de uma pedra, que é essa daqui, eu vou mostrar para vocês. Ok? Very good. So, vem dessa pedra. Essa pedra, ela chama-se giz, ok? Então, essa pedra chama-se giz. Tranquilo? Então, muito bem. Então, uma vez que essa pedra, né, chama-se giz, a gente utilizava ela, né, lógico, para escrever nas louças, esse tipo de coisa. Então, isso é o que a gente chamava de chalk. Agora, o number 2, a limestone, que a gente acabou de ver, ok? Essa limestone era mais conhecida como calcário. Talvez você não tenha ouvido falar disso, ok? É parecido, né? Calcário é parecido. Eu vou mostrar um exemplo de uma pedra para vocês, tá bom? Dá uma olhadinha. Esse aqui é um calcário, né? Eu não... Deixa eu ver se foca aqui. Vamos ver se dá para visualizar, right? Muito bem. Parecido com o giz, um material um pouco diferente, ok? Então, por isso que a gente chama de limestone. No Brasil, então, o chalk é a pedra que usa para fazer o giz, né? É o giz em si. E o limestone é o que a gente chama de calcário. Ok? So, let's get back. Okay, so moving on. And next one, right? We're gonna, as I was talking, right? We have an example here, chalk, yeah? That the teacher is using to write. And then, one last information. We say that they are soft, yeah? Because comparing to marble or another kinds of stones, yeah, they are easier to break, okay? It's easier for you to break it down, okay? That is the only reason why they are soft, okay? More soft comparing to the other. Number 3, we have this one here. Some rocks are impermeable, okay? Impermeable. So, do you know this word? An easy way to explain that, yeah, is that rocks that are impermeable don't allow water to soak through. If for example, if you put that kind of stone into the water, no water will go inside of the stone, okay? So let me see if I have a pronunciation here for you. Listen to that.
Impermeable.
Impermeable, right? So soak through, water doesn't get inside. That is the point of the stone. That is the meaning. But you can say, but I think no kind of stones water will get into that, right? Unless you break it. But depends on the stone, yeah. Depending on which can, like the water is absorbed by the stone. So it depends on. That's why, depending on where you are, like some people, they use stones to make the water cleaner, yeah, to use like kind of a, I don't know what is the good word for that, but I think we can say like a filter, something like that, right? So, but that's the point. Number 2, as we have here, it's mostly hard rocks like marble and slate that are impermeable, okay? So it is mostly hard rocks. So if we want to look for stones that, or rocks that we are sure, yeah, for sure they are impermeable, we have to look for harder ones, okay? Because it seems like more hard it is, more impermeable it is. So it's the idea that we have here is that, yeah. So next to me here, right, this side here, sorry, this one here, we have these 2 examples. We have marble and we have slates that people, use to, even when they are, how can I say, when they are building houses, that kind of stuff, yeah, they used to build like this up part of the house, right? the roof, ok? Roof, if you don't know, telhado, ok? Roof é o telhado. Então, slate they used to make the roof. So, okay, we have some examples here. Yeah, this is the first part. I think it's not so difficult to understand. I like this beginning of teaching about the rocks. So if it's okay for you, if you have no problem with that, so let's move on to the next part right now. Okay, so as we were talking about before, we were talking about the impermeable. Now we're gonna go to the other side of the story. We have rocks here that are permeable, okay, which means that water soaks through, goes through the stone. Okay, so let's see. Number one, rocks that are permeable do let water soak through it. I mean, goes through, as I told you. And number two, it's mostly softer rocks like chalk and limestone that are permeable. Example here. Yeah, we have this draw here, which is very easy to understand, right? In my opinion. So the water comes here, goes through, and gets to the other side, like we have here. So that is the thing. So, and then we can say, but what kind of situation is that, teacher? I mean, if we think, for example, if we have a rainy day, yeah, if it's raining, so water is gonna go through, yeah, and normally when the water goes through a stone, normally, yeah, it makes the water cleaner. Yeah, not all the stones are exactly for that, but you know, some has this interesting effect, which is very cool. Okay, so very good. Moving on. If you have no problem here, let's go down. Number 5. So some rocks contain fossils. I mean, we have been studying that, right? I mean, on the before, right? So let's see here. I'm gonna read for you. Pay attention to the words and let it go. Number 1, fossils are the remains of living things from millions of years ago. When they died, these plants and animals got covered in mud and sand. Over time, the mud and sand got squashed and turned into rock. The soft bits rotted away, leaving behind a shape that looks like the plant or animal trapped inside the rock. These shapes are the fossils that are these. I mean, this is the name that we give to this thing, right? As you can see here over my head, right, this side here, there is more about fossils on page 39 if you want to know. Okay, so but let's go. We have a lot of blue words here, which are important words. Okay, so I'm gonna explain some of the words. Some I'm gonna ask you for to do for homework. Okay, so let's analyze that. Fossils are the remains. Yeah, remains normally in Portuguese we understand that as a restos, ok? Remains são os restos, né? Os restos no caso aqui, living things, ok? Então, remains, os restos mortais no caso aqui, né? Não precisa de mortais se eu colocar restos, ok? É o que sobrou, né? É os restos, isso são os remains, ok? Dos living things, das coisas vivas, né? Dos seres vivos. From millions of years ago. Lembra que esse ago dá a ideia, né, no português de atrás, né? De milhões de anos ago, essa palavra específica, atrás. Ok? Very good. Vamos colocar um acentozinho aqui nela, ok? Muito bem. When they died, these plants and animals got covered in mud and sand. Muito bem. Plants and animals, eu acho que tá claro para vocês, né? Não tem muito, mas tem a palavra mud. Você sabe o que é mud? Mud and sand? Muito bem. Espero que sim, né? If não, eu vou explicar para vocês, né? Vamos lá. Mud is when we have like the earth, yeah, and the water that comes from the rain together. There is a mix and then it becomes lama, ok? O mud, então a gente entende como lama, né? E sand é areia, right? Então, isso, né, envolve aí esses restos, né, mortais, né, o resto da planta ou de algum animal que morreu, né, fica envolvido ali e com o tempo, né, isso vai, né, endurecendo aí. Aí a gente tem essa palavra. Over time, the mud and sand got squashed. Got squashed. So, let's see. What is the word squashed? Okay, so when we have something squashed, it means like it goes like this. Yeah, the mud, yeah, goes, yeah, around, goes over, yeah, covers this. What is the name for that? This remains of the living, yeah, of some animal or plant that has died. Okay, and then it goes like this, squashing, espremendo. Okay, esmagando na junta. Okay, and then turns into a rock. Ele vai esmagando, vai espremendo, com o passar do tempo ele endurece, becomes a rock. Okay, so that's how it happens. Okay, and the soft bits rotted away, leaving behind a shape that looks like the plant or animal trapped inside the rock. So again, we have this word here, rooted. Okay, and then again, yeah, this rotted away, essas pequenos pedaços, né, que sobraram ali, né, que no caso, né, vão apodrecendo, né, vão deteriorando. Essa é a palavra que a gente usa, né? Então, por isso que ele fala rotted away, foram deteriorados, né? Vai deixando para trás esse shape, o formato, né? Que looks like. Essa aqui é uma palavra interessante. Toda vez que a gente usa looks and like together, que algo looks like é que se parece, ok? Né? Ou seja, que é parecido com a planta ou animal que estava trapped, que estava ali, né, aprisionado dentro. Né? O resto, obviamente, né, que o animal já estava dead, right? So, and these shapes, esses formatos, né, isso que a gente encontra, né, as we have here in the example, this is what we call fossils. Easy, right? Easy, easy, easy. It's like a piece of cake, right? So, not at all, right? But anyway, so let's go down. And then we have this number 6 here. So let's see. This is a very good word. Wait a minute. I'm gonna move my head here up. Okay, so you can see the reading, yeah, the words better. Okay, so now we have these pebbles. What are these? Yeah, what is that exactly? They are small, smooth pieces of rock. Yeah, again, this the word smooth. Yeah, it's a word that it is a little bit difficult for me to translate because we can use that in many different ways. Okay, but let's give you one example. Like in that case here, yeah, we have a smooth pieces of rock. So rock, as I told you, sometimes we understand smooth como algo macio, yeah, but doesn't work. Okay, it's not really like that all the time. But if we're talking about rocks, and if we say that a rock is like smooth, okay, it means that the rock, this piece, yes, esse pedaço, ele ficou liso, ficou, né? Algo que a gente passa a mão assim, não tá aquela coisa, né? Like rough, não tá aquele negócio meio que você vai passar na mão, vai, né? Tem pontas, não é assim. Algo que é smooth é algo que é liso, okay? So this is a small piece, maybe, I don't know, maybe you have a bigger stone and then it falls down and then it breaks up and then you get some small, smooth pieces, yeah? Some lisinha, bem, né? Bem desenhadinha. That's the point of smooth here, alright? So, let's continue the reading. Pebbles are small, smooth pieces of rock. That's what we call pebbles, okay? A small pitch of rock breaks off a large piece and rubs against other rocks, right? So again, a small bit of rock breaks off a large piece and rubs against other rocks. So do you understand that? Do you understand what is that? I don't think so, right? So let's see. Ok? Como a gente vê, esses pebbles são esses pequenos pedaços, right? Ok? Então, né? Elas quebram, ok? De uma parte, né? De uma parte maior de outra pedra. Então ela cai no chão, quebra um pedacinho, sobra uma parte, ok? E then and it rubs against other rocks. Né? E ela vai ali, né? E fica ali, bate com outra pedra, né? Fica ali, né? Contra outra pedra, actually, que é essa palavra rubs. Essa palavra, né, ela meio que se esfrega, ela flexiona. Isso que significa rubs, ok? And number 2, moving on. Over a long time, this makes it into a smooth pebble. ok? Because, yeah, tá friccionando, tá meio que apertando uma na outra, né? Então, automaticamente ela vai criando o formato, ok? Né? De tanto essa tensão ali que fica, né? Ela vai meio que moldando. Então, a gente vê. A gente tem esse sample aqui, very, very easy to understand. So, there was a bigger one, and then there is a pebble, a small piece of rock that broke off, right? And then goes down with another breaking, parts of stones. And then as they are like, how can I say? Rubbing each other, yeah, estão se esfregando, né? Estão se friccionando ali uma na outra com o passar do tempo. They're gonna have a shape, yeah? And which is a circular shape like that. It's very smooth, bem liso, fica bem lisinho, yeah? Looks like eggs, this thing here, okay? But this is the point here. Easy. I don't think that's so complicated, right? But anyway, so this is the point. And then let's go to the last part. Okay, now we have this last part. Okay, I just changed it a little bit here, the way to see the image, because was a little bit difficult to see this final part. Okay, but let's go. So, like it or lump it, you need to know about rocks. Again, like it or lump it, you need to know about rocks. I think we don't need to understand all of the words here to get like what is the meaning of that. It doesn't matter if you like or if you don't. You have to know about that. You have to learn about that. Você tem que aprender sobre isso. So let's see. I'm gonna read here for us, and let's get that. Some of these words look a bit tricky, but they are okay, really. Impermeable just means that the water can't soak through. A fossil, it is just the shape. A fossil is just the shape of a long dead plant or animal trapped inside a rock. Don't just learn the words. Make sure you know what the different kinds of rock look like too. So this is a very important one here. Again, teacher, what I'm gonna ask you to do here. Okay, so I'm gonna get it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this text, right? This all here, everything, I want to get that in Portuguese. Okay, so the same, you read it, you send me the audio in English, and then you send me the translation. That is the thing, everything. Again, some of these words look a bit tricky, but they are okay, really. Impermeable just means that water can't soak through. A fossil is just the shape of a long dead plant or animal trapped inside a rock. Don't just learn the words. Make sure you know what the different kinds of rock look like too. So this is the point here, okay? So not so difficult, not so easy, but I think you can get that, So please just do the translation for me of this one, yeah? Again, reading, record your voice, one time in English, one time in Portuguese, and secondly, you do that in, how can I say? You do the translation of that, of course, on your notes, all right? So basically, that is it, okay? I don't think it's so difficult, not so complicated, and that is today's topic. Okay, so of course, yeah, if you don't understand any part of the lesson, go back a little on the video, get back, let's see, yeah, take your doubts, yeah, again, feel free to ask me if you have any questions about that, yeah. Okay, and of course, thank you always for being here with me. Okay, it's always a pleasure to have you, and study hard, and don't forget, yeah, the same message that I always say, yeah. A good lesson is the one that you watch, you make notes, you read, you take you, and you ask your doubts, okay? Again, how can you ask me? You can send me a message directly. You can ask on while the live stream is happening. Okay, feel free to do that in the way that you prefer. So thanks a lot, and see you next time. And have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.